Welcome to all. I am Nithya, Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Science from JG College of Arts and Science, Pudukottai. Now we are discussing the topic Lambda expression in Java. Lambda expression is an advanced concept for advanced Java programming. Lambda expression is a unnamed method which is used to define a function interfaces. These expressions are implemented of only abstract method of function interfaces that is being implemented or instanted of the unnamed method. Lambda expressions are also commonly referred to as closures. So closure expression now we are discussed. So closure is a lambda expression in Java programming. Lambda expression introduces a new operator which is referred to as the lambda operator or the arrow operator. It divides a lambda expression into two parts. The left side specify any parameter required by the lambda expression. If no parameter are needed, an empty parameter list is used. On the right side is the lambda body which specify the action of the lambda expression. So lambda expression have two parts. One is left side specify any parameter required by the lambda expression. The right side is the lambda body which specify the action of the lambda expression. Then lambda expression is used to provide the implementation of an interfaces which has the function interfaces. It saves as a lot of code. Lambda expression does not execute its own. It implemented of the abstract method defined by the function interfaces that specifies the target type. Java lambda expression is treated as a function. So compiler does not create a class file. So Java is treated as a lambda expression in a function. So does not create a class file. So is used to provide the implementation of interfaces, then expression not in the own code, then implementation abstract method defined by the function interfaces that specify the target type. Then we have to discuss for body of the lambda expression. Body of the lambda expression can be a single expression or a statement block. When the body consists of a single expression is called a expression lambda or expression body. So we have to single expression is called lambda expression or expression body. Then the code for the right side of the lambda operator consists of block of code that can contain more than one statement is called a block body or a black lambda. So single expression is called the expression body. Then more than one statements you have to call the block lambda. From allowing multiple statements, block lambda are used to much like the expression. So we have just like the keep for the differences. So we have to discuss one statement is called the block statements, block lambda. Then expressions for the single expression, the single expression. Then you must explicit use a return statement to a return value. This is necessary because a block lambda does not represent a single expression. So some simple example for the lambda expression. We have just call for addition a plus b. We have to parameter passing for two value into a comma b. Then we have to return a value a plus b. So we have used for lambda operator or the arrow operator. Then finally you have return a value for a plus b. The simple lambda expression. Then we have to use it for discussion. They are used for structure of the lambda expression. Single argument and more than one argument to be followed, then no argument to be followed. So just to show for the no argument, single argument and more than one argument syntax in the lambda expressions. Then we have to discuss for argument list. We can eliminate the argument type while pausing into the lambda expression. So we have to eliminate the arguments in the pausing argument in the lambda expressions. Then we have to both are same int a comma b. So we have to determine same data type, declare the types in the, but we cannot use the integer and declare type together. This is invalid. So argument 1 and 2 have the same data type in the lambda expression. We can also eliminate parenthesis also, only one argument. More than one argument are separated by the comma. So we have to eliminate the brackets or bracket of the one argument. Then we have to separate for the more than one argument in a comma. Then characteristics of the lambda expression. First characteristics is the optional type declaration. Second one, optional parenthesis around parameters. Third one, optional curly braces. Then fourth one, optional return keyword. These are the characteristics of the lambda expression. we can pass a lambda expression wherever a function interface is expected. So interface must be intimated in the lambda expression in our Java program. These are the characteristics. Then simple example for the lambda expression. First you have to create the interface. Interface name is A, capital A. Then we have to simple function for void does not return any value, cube, method value be cube, just only one parameter to be passed int x. So we have to create the main class, then object to be intimated in the interface OB, then we have parameter to be passed 5, so x value to be 5, then cubed value 5 to be displayed. Then second simple lambda expression value has to have the x value to be 5, then we have to use in the lambda expression arrow operator or the lambda expression lambda operator in the second value of the lambda expression. Then we have to discuss for simple example. We have intimate the x comma y, 2 parameter value to be passed, then we have to gather for some value in the xy value. So we have to pass the 5 comma 6 in the parameter value, x value equal to 5, y value equal to 6. Then we have to create the object OB, then we have to input for the values in the lambda expression arrow operator, then we have to summarize the x plus y value 11 to be output of the example. Then we have to implement the multiple operations in the lambda expression. We have to calculate add value and subtract value in the same program, same value of the parameter x comma y. 12 comma 34 is the parameter value. We have to default public and abstract classes to be intimate in the program. Then we have to use it for the fifth example for the take a parameter lambda expression to take a parameter for to calculate the given or add number and negative or non-negative values. So we have to specify type of left side values, then skip the type of left side value, then wherever one argument we can remove brackets also. So we have to use in the value to be intimated in the lambda expression test number is given or add, then you have to summarize the value to be negative or non-negative in this example. This also interface to be created, interface value to be number test, numeric test to be intimated, then boolean test to be intimated. So negative and non-negative value to be intimated in the program. Then just a block lambda, so more than one argument to be passed in the value, then we have to calculate the factorial value. So we have to intimate the value for 3 and 5 in the factorial. 3 factorial is 6 and 5 factorial is 120. This for the lambda expression by the block lambda in the expression in our Java programming. Then also interfaces to be created and main function to be created in the value. Then you have to use it in a thread. Thread is you know that the thread value to be intimated in the lambda expression. Then we have to carry out the odd number or even number. Then we have to carry the thread value for the sleeping 1000 seconds. Then interrupter to be accepted to print the interrupt value to be compile time. Then we have to execute the thread. So using the lambda expression in our Java programming. Then last final for the lambda expression, we have to intimate the advantages of lambda expression. Enable to treat at the functional method argument, so code or the data. So we have to use the functional methods in the lambda expression. Then functions can be created without blanks to any classes. Then lambda expression can be passed around as if objects and execute on demand. Then sequential and parallel execution support by the passing behavior as an argument in the method. So these are the advantages of the lambda expression. So we have to create the function, then you have to create the interfaces used only for the lambda expression, not to create the classes. So class file does not create the lambda expression. Then line of code to be executed shortly. Then we have to function treated as the method, so argument to be passed easily. Then line of code to be needed, favor lines to be needed, then sequential and parallel execution to be supported for the lambda expression. These are the advantages of the lambda expression. So that's all for the lambda expressions for the Java programming. Thank you for your cooperation. Thank you very much.